Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for January 15th, 2018. Since today is Martin Luther King Day in the United States, I thought we'd start by checking in on his dream. Meritocracy is a tool of whiteness, claims math professor. I guess we haven't gotten that far after all. A math education professor at Brooklyn College contends in a recent academic article that meritocracy in math classes is a tool of whiteness. Laura Rubel implicates both meritocracy and colorblindness as ideological precepts that hold back racial minorities from succeeding in math classes in an article for the peer-reviewed Journal of Urban Mathematics Education. Rubel, who taught high school math for 9 years before becoming a professor, argues that while meritocracy is commonly linked to hard work and talent, it also functions as a tool of whiteness because it ignores systemic barriers and institutional structures that prevent opportunity and success. Do you realize what you're really saying when you say stupid shit like this? You're saying black people can't succeed. You're saying hard work and talent are white traits that black people do not have. Who's really the racist in this story? Those of us who assume that blacks can do or achieve anything they want if they work at it? Or you people insisting they can't because working hard is a white thing that blacks simply cannot do? Frankly, if I was black, I'd be more offended by dipshits like you than some random redneck calling me a derogatory name. At least he's being honest about his racism instead of pretending that he's helping me. Colorblindness, too, can be an issue for math teachers, according to Rubel, who asserts that teachers who claim colorblindness, that is, they claim to not notice the race of their students, are, in effect, refusing to acknowledge the impact of enduring racial stratification on students and their families. By claiming not to notice, the teacher is saying that she is dismissing one of the most salient features of the child's identity and that she does not account for it in her curricular planning and instruction, Rubel adds, citing education theorist Gloria Ladson-Billings.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
I guess we're just shitting all over that dream, huh? You're telling us if we don't judge people by their skin color, we're racist. You are the one insisting that their skin color is one of the most important things about them. Well, honey, I disagree. I say they are people just like the rest of us. I say they can learn and achieve whatever they want to. I judge people by their character, not their color. I say you are the racist in this story. As an aside, I find this kind of shit particularly funny because I had a black professor for calculus. I also had a female professor for Calculus 2 and an Asian professor for Calculus 3. How odd that all these supposedly incapable minorities were teaching the white guy, huh? You know how we end racism and sexism while we're at it? Stop using skin color and gender as an excuse for your failures. Stop making the rest of us judge you by those irrelevant factors. Stop insisting that these things are the most important things about you. They aren't. Speaking of sexism, professors blame masculine ideals for lack of women in STEM. Nothing new, right? The feminist whiners have been saying that shit for over a decade now. But wait, they go farther. 2 professors believe that masculine STEM ideals, like asking good questions and putting school first, are to blame for the lack of women in math and science courses. Laura Parson, a professor at Auburn University, and Casey Ozaki, who teaches education at the University of North Dakota, advanced the notion in an article published in the latest issue of the NASPA Journal about Women in Higher Education, noting that women are not only less likely to major in STEM fields than are men, but those who do study science, technology, engineering, and math are less likely to graduate than their male classmates. That's not a notion, it's a verifiable fact. You can easily look it up for yourself, but do tell us how you arrived at this easily verified statistic without, just looking it up. Together, Parson and Ozaki interviewed 8 female students majoring in math or physics to learn more about why women struggle in STEM. From their interviews, the professors learned that many women feel pressured to conform to so-called masculine norms. 8 That's what you're going to base these broad assumptions on? 8 women's opinion? Get the fuck out of here. That's not a survey, that's a dinner party. According to the professors, these masculine norms include asking good questions, capacity for abstract thought and rational thought processes, motivation, the expectation that students would be independent thinkers, and a relatively low fear of failure. This requirement that the average student asks questions and speaks in class is based on the typical undergraduate man, they contend. And here's another one. Do you even realize what you're saying? In your rush to denigrate men, what you've actually said here is women can't ask good questions. Women don't have the capacity for abstract or rational thought. Women don't have motivation, and they aren't independent thinkers. Tell me again how it's men insisting that women are helpless, lazy creatures who can't think for themselves? Who's really being the sexist here, you dipshit? These STEM students' ideals are gendered because women are evaluated against measures and characteristics that reflect a male worker, they explain, further noting that these standards are built around the idea of an unencumbered male worker and promote an ideal that is very difficult for women students to achieve. And here we see you shitting on previous versions of feminism, because measured the same as men is exactly what you fuckwits asked for. Now that you got it, you want to change all the standards because you think women can't do it. Well, fuck off. Women can do whatever they want to do. They can learn whatever they want to learn and pursue whatever goal they want to pursue. In the West, anyway. What they cannot do is have everything at the same time. That is the failure of feminism. You've taught entire generations of women that they can be the best mom, the best research scientist, the best CEO, the best astronaut, and an award-winning author all at the same time. Reality check, shit for brains. No, they can't. No one can. A woman can do any one of those things they wish to do, but they simply cannot do all of them. There's this tiny little finite resource called time. Each person only has so much of it. Choose what you want to do and then do it. But quit blaming men when you try to take on too much and fail. We didn't invent time. Now let's take a wild guess at why some women aren't achieving those things. I wonder what could possibly be holding them back. Public University offers step-by-step instructions on deep-throating during oral sex. The University of California, Santa Barbara offers its 24,000 plus students many lessons, including step-by-step instructions on how to master deep-throating during oral sex. Unless you're planning a career in pornography, this probably isn't going to help your job prospects much. It's not going to help you cure cancer, invent a longer-lasting light bulb, or help you run a Fortune 500 company unless your plan is to blow your way into that corner office. Not saying you can't blow your way into a cushy desk job somewhere, and I'm not saying that this skill can't be of any benefit to you in life, but it's probably not the sort of intellectual rigor you might need to succeed in STEM. Just speculation on my part here, but maybe instead of spending your time on this kind of thing, you could, I don't know, try studying the math or science that apparently is just too damn difficult for you. Just a thought. And here's another one that's probably not going to help you out much. Make your own dildo event canceled at Michigan State. Now, to be fair, this one wasn't a class, it was just a campus event, but still. I suppose if your goal in life is to manufacture sex toys, then okay, but probably not going to help you become an astronaut or run an investment banking firm or anything like that. And just for clarification, this event wasn't canceled, it was postponed. So they're still going to do it, just haven't decided when yet. What a remarkably productive use of your evening. I can see all sorts of future CEOs lining up to learn this skill. Okay, let's see what's in the toxic masculinity bag this week. Teacher's aide 32 gets prison for sex with teen boy student inside a van with a full-size bed. A former Virginia high school sign language interpreter and mother was sentenced to prison Thursday for having sex with a 15-year-old student in a van specifically equipped with a bed, officials said. Amanda Nasser, 32, who worked at Louisa County High School, was sentenced to 90 years in prison, but had all of the time except for 7 years suspended, Fox 5 DC reported. She was convicted of 18 felony charges of indecent liberties with a minor and computer solicitation of a minor. 90 reduced to 7. Must be all that rape culture the feminists keep telling us about, huh? I mean, couldn't possibly be female privilege or anything. That just doesn't exist, right? Miss Nasser abandoned her duties at the school to prey on a young boy whom she met when she was employed as a sign language interpreter at the local high school. These convictions send a clear message that such predatory behavior will be met with swift and severe repercussions, Russell E. McGuire said in a statement. Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney Joshua C. Lauren added the student will be forever scarred by this sexual encounter. Bah! Poppycock. He's a boy. All boys want is sex, right? From the moment they're born, that's all they think about, remember? I'm sure it was his fault, right, feminists? All that toxic masculinity rolling around inside this kid. Nasser was arrested in September 2016 after authorities uncovered hundreds of text messages to a high school freshman, KTRE reported. Nasser immediately turned the conversation to sexual innuendo. During the sexually explicit chats, Nasser even sent nude photos of herself to the minor and solicited sex from the minor on several occasions, police said in a news release at the time. Clearly they've read this all wrong. She couldn't possibly be the aggressor here. She's a woman. Women are never the instigators of sex. Obviously, this kid manipulated her for his own toxic masculine desires, right? The former high school teacher then suggested she befriend the teenager's mother so she could gain access to the boy outside of school hours. Nasser initially denied her sexual relationship with the student, but then confessed to soliciting sex through text message. She picked him up in her bed-equipped van at least 4 times and had sex with him, according to KTRE. Nasser was described as a dangerous predator who groomed and took advantage of a child. Oh, that poor, poor woman! Brought down by the heteronormative, patriarchal, toxic masculinity of a 15-year-old kid. If only America wasn't just chock full of rape culture, huh? Praise the feminists working tirelessly to focus our attention and blame where it truly belongs, on that toxic masculine kid. All right, Bob, that one kind of pissed me off. Give us some good news. Woman accused of lying about rape rejects plea deal. Ah, yes. A little follow-up on our lying cunt case. She has rejected the plea deal the prosecution offered. The case of a former Connecticut college student accused of lying about being raped by 2 university football players is headed to trial. The Connecticut Post reports 19-year-old Nikki Yavino rejected a plea deal Wednesday in Bridgeport Superior Court. Prosecutors offered a 2-year prison sentence, and a judge offered 1-year sentence. Prosecutor offered 2 years, judge cuts it to 1? Not sure how that worked out, but okay, either way, far too lenient if you ask me. Police say Yavino admitted making up the allegations because she was worried another student would lose romantic interest in her when he found out about the sexual encounter. Yavino's lawyer says they're eager to present the whole story to a jury. Yeah, I gotta tell you, after admitting it was a lie, I'm not sure what else you think fucking matters. I mean, good luck trying to smear a heap of bullshit over this case, but the fact will still remain that she lied. Facts complete, case closed, nothing you say is going to change that.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Alright, Bob, give us a laugh to wrap it up. Rapper with song Sell Drugs gets prison for selling drugs.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I don't even need to read the story. That says it all. Remember the mantra, folks. Women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.